my name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we are going to be working on Wadanohara and the Great Blue Sea, Deep Sea, Redux. That's a very long word to say. However, we're going to be working on Endless Voyages. Last stream we went over some of the details that need to get fixed in this game. There are quite a few, but there are a lot of little fixes. And little fixes means I get to lose my goddamn mind over them as I try to fix them, because I'm insane, I guess. But I meant to go over things a little bit deeper. However, I've been somewhat focused on a side project that went from this is manageable to this isn't manageable anymore. So that's been fun. I would also like to welcome aboard a fleet of pigeons, because apparently a literal fleet of pigeons has showed up and has decided to follow me. Yes, I am making a D20 system. Words. Fun fact about this was a commission project. Someone paid me money, and that was like, they gave me like 3 things to do. It needs to be based on this setting. I'm like, alright, easy enough. It has to be D20. I'm like, alright. And it has to have an adventure mechanic in it. I'm like, alright, I can do all 3 of these. So I made a D20 game. And this is my second D20 game. It happened. Yeah, letting someone pay me, dollary dues to make them a D20 system, I'm down. I have no morals. But overall, it's a fairly simple D20 system. We kind of went over a little bit some other stuff last time, but the main big thing out there is we have, an entire spell creation system, which is a long and complicated thing that needs to get simplified down, and a bunch of other little things to try to mimic the game a little bit more. But that's half the fun. It's also a pretty chunky game, too. How big was this game? Oh yeah, about 11,000 words. About 12,000 words. Of course it's about 12,000 words. Why wouldn't it be? Oh god. Why is it always this way? But yeah, it's been me doing this as well as working on my other board game project, which I tried to get assistance from the actual Discord this is taking place in, and it's hilarious because they were the least helpful people available, because they didn't know anything, and they were like, oh, I don't know, I don't care, please add my character. I'm like, I don't want to add your character now because you asked. No, go away, artist. Begone, artist. Let's see, so, okay, skills. Need to do some fixing on. I think we're going to do skills today. This entire thing is a nightmare. We're not going to talk about familiars. Familiars can't hurt us if we're not close to them. Alright, so skillies. Skilly gillies. Yeah, I was hoping. The thing is, this board game is based on, and is hopefully in an ideal sense going to be using the characters that they are working on, that they're submitting. However, the problem is that it is fan fiction tier of some of the superpowers some of them have. It's like, oh yeah, of course my champion is an actual rock. Yeah, someone's just submitted a literal rock. And the next person's like, ah, yes, here is my 8-armed super god death machine who's totally cool and can totally 1v1 everyone because he's super cool and strong. It's like, guys, please, please, don't hurt me this way. And, but they do hurt me this way. They hurt me all the times. All the time. I can't have them. Exactly, and that was like the big joke, is that Rock is the absolute strongest character in the entire competition so far. Let's see. So, what do we need to fix? Alright, when character attributes... Okay, we need us to fix skills. Let's see. Character attributes of natural abilities, skills are picked up and learned through the character's lifetime. The inverse upon the life. Let's do... Learned. Lifetime. Is there actually a good D20 skill system out there? I'm actually going to be adding the Rock as technically a character that you can add. And their entire thing is, if you use Rock, you'll just knock out an enemy. Just send them back to their hand. Just like, no. Just throw a rock at their head and just knock them out. It's great. Oof. Let's see. D20 skill systems. Oh god, using the fucking... This is always the difficult thing about using a D20 system, is that inevitably you're going to show up for the D20 SRDs, and D20 SRDs are not useful. Yeah, okay. Can't use that. It, like D20 usually is useless. Attributes of their natural ability skills represent the learn. To represent this, the check is called applicable character may either double their attributes bonus, or God, what would be the best way of wording it? Reverse it, because pretty much there are chances that you'll have negative attributes. So with like a -3, doubling a -3 would just make a -6. So I don't want to do that. So it's double your attribute bonus or reverse it. Would that be the invert it? How would you word that? I think invert. Double the attribute bonus or invert the attribute bonus. Footnote, -3 becomes +3. There's probably a much better way of actually. No, this is the best way. So -3 becomes +3. Invert it. Oh, that's a good way. Or use the absolute value of the attribute of the attribute. But no, -3 becomes 3, for example. For example, -3 becomes +3. If a skill has an X next to it, it is considered a, quote, field, end quote, which the character specifies, or category they are skilled in. Which ones have X? So, yeah, a lot of the education skills have X next to it because, fun fact, education has a lot of stuff to put into it. If I want to, I could. Yeah, this field character specifies field or category they are skilled in. For example, academics can for example, knowledge could be about local customs, the kingdom, or about the local cuisine, or about advanced or about cuisine. Local customs of the Sea Kingdom or local information about crime syndicates. Yeah, that's crime. I need something else for that. Information about countries, military practices, but not both. Oh. Yeah. Let me just copy paste this. An example check. Let's do in a example. Character is called upon to convince a guard to let them pass with a personality check. They have the diplomacy skill. They are allowed to double their personality score and add it to their check. There we go. Hello, Felix, who's definitely a boy. In a example. Why is in an example? Okay. So athletics, fisticuffs, melee, outdoorsman, another body skill somewhere. Would be another good body skill. Body skill. What kind of skills would I want to make? When in doubt, let's go to Tainted Bloodlines, otherwise known as the game I put in an absurd number of skills in. Skills, let's do body skills. Strangely enough, both of these involve animal people in one way or another, but... What's in reflex? Acrobatics is already there. Where's outdoorsmanship? That's in... Yeah, that's there. I guess I can put labor here. Labor. Character skill. Character. Actually, in a particular hard labor skill. So it's like boating or like seamanship. Okay, maybe not seamanship. Okay, let's do sort of paragraph A to Z. Really don't know what else to put here, but I want to try to get at least a little bit more skills. Reflex is my big issue. Where's pilot? Do I not have pilot here? You know what? Let's put pilot. Pilot. We have skullduggery. What's it at 4? I feel like there needs to be another skill somewhere, but I don't know what. Because one of the issues with skills is that there weren't many skills overall. Well, you weren't supposed to have an absurd number of skills. They were supposed to be kind of broad. Let's see. Range. Do I have ranged weaponry? No, I don't have ranged weaponry anywhere. Why don't I have ranged weaponry? Notepad, what are you smoking? Okay, I guess I'll put ranged weaponry down. Alright, cool. Ranged weaponry. I am a genius. Oh no. Let's put that right there. Sort of paragraph A to Z. Scale of... Let's see. There we go. Where are you? Where are you? We got education skills, okay, education works, body skills. Actually, it's gonna give it a fucking stroke. No, thank God. So we want to... For example, negative 3 becomes 3. I think one of the issues too is I gotta make a clean version of this and send it to the actual like writer of the game and be like, hey, can I get like a good boy point? Can I get some good boy points? Can you like pat me on the head and say I'm a good boy and give me retweets and follow me because I'm very desperate for attention? Let me just... Oof. Give me your answers, is all I had. I don't think there's really much you can do with skills in this kind of system, because they're not supposed to be a major part of it, but... Oh, bugger. Okay. You shrink. Just a smidge. In my, as I like to call it, the bullshit side note, otherwise known as just wing it, brah. Brah, just wing it. Alright, making a witch. How many skills do you start with? Let's try to answer this question before I blow my head off. Wait a second. Notepad. You did put in how many skills you get, right? Notepad, you wouldn't just forget to put in that aspect, right? You wouldn't just forget to put in how you get skills, right? You wouldn't do that. Notepad's not that fucking stupid. Oh god, he is that stupid. Oh no! Alright, so, we get to fix this now. Let's see. Player is free. A character. Okay, actually, let's do this. Character creation. Character creating all attributes start at 0, but the player is free to distribute 5 attributes. Attributes. Player is free to reduce. But the player distributes 5 attribute points to begin among other attributes. I'm a genius. I don't know what you guys. I don't know what you guys are thinking right now, but I'm a big brain play. Put in an entire mechanic and forget actually how to tell people how to use it. That's some big knowledge right there. Let's see. Let's actually take this out and add character creation. Character creation, which begins play 3 skills of their choice, and a familiar begins play with 4 skills. Actually, it begins play with 2 skills of their choice and the witch lore. And the witch lore skill. And familiar begins play with 4 skills. A familiar begins play with 4 skills of their choice. So a witch will always have witch lore and 2 skills of their choice. While a familiar will have 4 skills, but that's to reinforce the fact that the familiar is supposed to be like a little bit stronger and tougher and just able to do things a bit better. So we want to make a witch. Blessed with power, took a domain. Short answer, anything. Making a familiar. Notably, instead of being friends, being allied with an incredibly powerful individual can bend reality to their whim. Familiars are drawn from the local populace of the witch's homeland, but can come from just about anywhere people congregate. Once a familiar contract has been sealed, partners are bound until death. Most individuals of the world are animal people, taking forms of either animal or humanoid variations of the animal. Represent animalistic. Fixie. Yes, we are going to play Fixie on this because to represent animal background. Gains a unique skill. It becomes relevant. Yes, relevant. That's the word I'm looking for. Oof, God. There we go. Snap my back in the 15 places. Cut my life into 2 pieces. This is my last resort. The owl. Hi, phone. Alright, give me a second, lads. Sorry about that. I needed to teach my mom how to convert basic, metric into imperial units. Let's see. Where were cute hunting ability, or a what would be another? Give me a random animal. Oh God, give random animal. There we go. Someone must respond, right? Someone will respond to the consortium. No one ever responds. That's why I ping everyone all the time, just to get people to be like, "Yep, I am alive. Please post here." But let's see what the people want. Wait, no random animals. Okay, now we get to type in random animal. All right, we get myself a random animal. All right, okay, maybe something a little. Come on, give me something else to work with. God, why are animals so dumb? No, why would I? No, why would I? No, that just writes itself. Okay, just give me a fucking animal. No, dog. Okay, dog. We can use dog, right? We can use dog. I can get rid of this. Don't hesitate to really dig deep into the animal in question. Anytime. Acute hunting. Alright, so the moment they get familiar, revert to their animal form. Why does this? Why does this occur, one may ask? I don't know. Either quit and apply to 2 attributes permanently. However, all actions cannot be performed by the animal, cannot be performed by the character until they revert back. Alright. Alrighty then. Where one of the Brazilians gave it to me. The power of magic. Magical concept flaws. All characters have magic points, which reflect their magical energy. Ability to cast spells and use their in game they're called abilities. However, I don't want to call it. Actually, I can probably just use cast spells and use abilities. Characters do not have enough MP to cast their spell. Cast spell or use an ability. Instead of make up the remaining MP using their health instead, which begins play with actually what I can do is we take this away, take this, and what we'll do is when we get to play with the domain, having their perfect skill at manipulating it, all of which spells have a domain into it regardless of the domain. Where do I even put that? Would I put it before magic? No, I would probably put it after this. So, we want to do... call it ability triggers for now. Just bang bang, pull my devil trigger. Yeah. Ability triggers. Not every character is a individual with a talent or knack with the arcane arts. Some are simply great warriors, daring rogues, or helpful companions. Actually, what I can do instead of taking MP, a familiar may instead take possess a set of ability points, AP. That's a terrible way. God. Wadanohara. To the Wadanohara wiki. We'll do Fukami. Everyone likes Fukami. He's our good squid boy. Look at him. He's adorable. Okay, we don't. Okay, just give me the battle statistics. Okay, so this is effectively what I need to implement. I would use MP though. Can't use skill. We have magic. What would be a good name for it? Familiar. Actually, what does Lisa call it? Lisa Wiki, Mad Dog. What does he use? Class Barbarian. Skill type, skills. What is the thing? Come on, give me what I use. Technique point. TP cost. Yep. Technique. Okay, cool. That's what I use. Technique points. TP. Familiar. So a familiar begins play with TP equal to 2 times SP plus actually techniques in combat. They have the same amount of TP as they would MP with the same calculation, but if the decision is to go with techniques, then the familiar cannot use magic in the future. Pretty much my goal here is to allow characters who aren't necessarily like, I'm a big scary wizard man, to actually have something who don't want to specialize in magic. That's what this is for. Actually, what I can do is a familiar with SP plus. God, what would be a good one? What I can do is we do STR plus. It would be body plus reflex. Body plus reflex is technique points. Body plus reflex plus spirit technique points. If a familiar, actually, if a character chooses to focus on techniques instead of magic, they are unable to learn magic in the future. It's a dedication to the art. There we go. Probably can expand a little bit more on this, but I'm going to keep it this size for now. So what I can do is techniques are assuming that the character was not taught their techniques or styles or techniques from another. Most of the abilities they will be using are entirely their own. No outside influence outside of their own experiences. There we go. So pretty much magic means you have to flavor it by the domain. Techniques means you don't have to flavor it, but again, it's not magical. That's kind of the back and forth there. So let's see. Alright, how long have we been streaming? We haven't streamed that long, 47 minutes, alright. So bump it up to 200. Alright, expand out. Alright, so until how they manage their emotional trauma. actually, I should say their mental trauma. Character creation will select their personality, which defines situations they can lose and gain it far more quickly. Lose trauma, or gain it. Or gain it. During major story points, you change your personality, reflecting them. Changing and growing as a person, but this should be reserved for rare situations. Alright. I think for these, what I want to do, so I'm going to use the adventure as an example. So I want to do it like adventure. So I want to do name of disposition, description. X will gain Y trauma if they do Z. X will lose Y trauma. They do Z for the second one. So for the adventure, adventures gain 2 trauma. If they are stuck in a location for too long and unable to experience new things. Adventurers lose 1 trauma. They discover new locations, meet new people, and are able to engage with their surroundings. So it's more putting numbers to things, I think will be important here. Or would it? I think so. Actually, what I can do is I can put it all here. And then add a second paragraph down here. Actually, no, it would be... I can probably, when I'm expanding this out, I can go down here to mental trauma. And then in mental trauma, I can make it work a little bit more, but I need to explain it out a little bit up here. So what we're going to do, there's going to be 3 kinds of dispositions. There's going to be 2 ones, which are going to be constant but present. We're going to have it would be 2 4s. No, it would be 4. It would be 4 2s. Precarious, but easier to lose. Precarious, but easier to lose than gain. And then finally, we're going to have 6 3s, which is dangerous and unstable. So, overall, our basic ones is adventure. So we're going to call this a light personality. We're going to call this a overbearing personality. We're going to call this a average. Actually, we'll call it willful. We're going to have constant, willful, and overbearing personality. So adventure is going to be a constant personality. Architect is going to be willful. Actually, we can do... Architect's going to be overbearing. Actually, that's going to hurt. No, we want to make those willful. Assistant's going to be constant. Commander is going to be overbearing because they want to be in control. consuls are willful. Daredevils obviously are going to be a bit overbearing because they want to do things their way and nobody else. Debaters are going to be constant. Benders are going to be willful because they always want to hurt people. Actually, they want to be friends with people. Empath are overbearing because they always want to be your best friend, and they were also the kind of people who go full ham on anything. Jokers are willful. Magicians, constant. Mediators are constants. Mystics are willful because they want to get out. Actually, mystics, they're going to be constant because they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. That's kind of the idea behind them. They don't really want to leave their own... They do not want to leave their own location, so they're going to be constant. So, protagonists are going to be overbearing. Quartermaster is going to be willful. Virtuoso going to be what would be someone who wants to always build things, and that would be willful. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 constants. 6 constants. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 willfuls, and that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 overbearings. Okay, perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do 2, 1. Yeah, let's get to it. Gain 2 trauma. They lose 1 trauma. Architects are willful, so they're 4, 2. Gained 4 trauma. Assistants are 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, if someone is a commander, they want to be listened to. But if nobody listens to them, they're going to have a fucking mental breakdown pretty damn quick. It's like, oh no. 4, 2, gain 4 trauma. Daredevil. Daredevils are like the antithesis of like working together, but again, this entire thing is for them to, you want people to grow, whether they like it or not. Defenders are actually going to be 2, 1 up here. We live in a society. There are 6 3s. Put a little bit more numbers behind this system because right now it's kind of wishy-washy, so I think this may help it a little bit. Give it a little bit more oomph behind it. Magicians. Translations constant 2-1. Mediator. 2-1. Mystic 2-1. Protagonist. Overbearing 6-3. 4-2. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I use Carp, like Carp and Company from Lisa. I think these are kind of show the extent of it. Even though Lisa, this would never happen, unfortunately, because we can't have nice things in Lisaverse. Remember that, kids. Nobody is allowed to be happy there. Okay. So if you want to create a disposition called Saint that loses trauma and perform a good acts, counter it by having a rapid wicked. Also choose if a disposition is constant, gain 2, lose 1. Willful 4-2, or overbearing 6-3. Do you see how much trauma is gained or lost? The Saint would be overbearing. Saint would be overbearing due to their abundance, kindness. Kindness to a near insane degree. Carp, do you not think you can run away from me? I had to kill you once. I don't want to kill you again. Alright, so gave this a little bit more umph behind it. I'm going to have to put a little bit more. Okay, so we want to clean this up a smidge. What I'm going to do today, the rest of today probably, is I'm going to clean up health and survival, get kind of where mental trauma is, and then we can... Actually, I'm just going to clean up health today, because I might just do this all off camera, because I know it's going to be a weird experience. So yeah, I'll probably do that. Not immortal. Okay, down reach more wounds. Okay, let's see. My character reaches 0 mortal wounds. Okay, actually, verge of death, but that won't stop them. Rolls until it is healed. Alright, so 4 plus bod. So if you have a max of 5, you can have 9. But overall, which is never going to be as, tanky as a familiar with equal stats. But that's not Twitch's job to do that. They're supposed to be protected by their familiars, not the other way around. Let's see. We can probably get rid of these peoples here, because I don't need them. There we go. Let me just snap all my damn limbs into place again. Let's see. 0 mortal when they're down will bleed out in bod turns. 0 less bod will die immediately. Okay, this is kind of the weird point about passing out. I like passing out as a mechanic. I need us to I want to take that out of. I think I'm going to take it out of this game. I don't think that's really needed, but suffered a wound. I'm going to take it out, but every wound tier character progresses up. They gain an additional 3 trauma. What did I end up calling this? I called it mental trauma. And plus 3 mental trauma. They gain an additional 3 mental trauma. Should they amass enough trauma? Should they amass to progress a trauma tier? They may choose to pass out instead. They are removed from the battle. But are no longer in any direct danger. They can still be attacked and killed, however. Take out the exact way I was doing that before. Haha. Characters having difficulty stand. Actually, let's see if I can remove some of these. Okay. On the verge of death. You know, dying. It sucks. Okay, there we go. That's all I needed to do. Okay, clean up a smidge. I think I'm going to put in a tier system for trauma. I think it's going to be a similar tier system to this. Except it's probably going to be something like, let me see, this is 4+ bod for witches, 6+ bod for familiars. Probably going to be a universal one. We can probably do something like 5+ spirit. But spirit's really good then, and what other attributes do we have to work with? Education, personality. We can probably do something. Actually, we can do something like personality plus education. So it'd be EDU plus personality 2+. Actually, we can do probably like 3+ EDU plus. Actually, since we're going to increase it, we can probably put it to 5+ EDU. So theoretically, actually we have to account for the fact that it could be -3 across the board. So we can probably do something like 8+ that. So at max we can do 8 + 5 + 5. So it'd be 18 per tier. And absolute bare minimum, it would be 2 per tier. So yeah, we've got a pretty big extensive one, but you can gain trauma. But I'm going to have to put in a point about gaining trauma a lot faster and being harder for it to get rid of it. Yeah, that might work. Actually, I can turn it down to 5. I turn it down to 5. That does encourage people to invest a little bit more in these, so we don't have just pure combat monsters. That is not a terrible idea, actually, because this would inadvertently mean that the witch would probably have higher trauma thresholds. Would we want higher? Would we want the witch to have a higher trauma threshold? That's the question. Because the witch is the central character in this story, and the central character is going to have to go through the most issues. And if we consult Wadanohara and the Great Blue Sea, the actual game, it's pretty obvious that Wadanohara is the one that suffers the absolute most throughout the entire fucking game. Unless we count Senkechi, but Senkechi is not really... You know, I'm going to think about this one a little bit more. I have a few ideas. I might actually float it around with the consortium, see what they think. If I can't get a solid answer, what I may do is just ask around and see what would be the best idea for it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Godspeed, good luck. We made pretty decent progress today. We ripped through a lot of the, I would say, the exterior stuff that you need to get done with to actually make everything else work. We got down to about here-ish, which is a solid third of the way through the book. Magic's gonna get some up. Overall, it's a lot of wording fixes. Like, magic works, so it's going to be magic into probably a technique system, like right here. There's going to be some, like, a rote system somewhere in here. I might just write, what I might do is write the trauma system, then it would be next Monday on magic entirely. But I can probably get the technique system up and running in the meantime. From there, it's... What else nearly needs? What else really needs to get done? Not much. Like, I think the other big one, probably next Wednesday, we can start to really hammer out the adventuring stuff. So, okay, that's my current plan for right now. Is here's what I can do is I can go all the way up to my preface. Put my notes in so I don't forget them. So my big notes as of right now. Go away heading, please. So it is something along the lines of fix up mental trauma, which is a really weird thing to say, but it's accurate. So we fix up mental trauma, then we need to go into, it would be cleaning up magic. Magic, which is going to be on Monday. Get techniques done. Which is probably either going to, probably be another Monday stream. Put that on the weekend. Cleanup is probably going to be Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday. And probably from there, cleanup should be able for us to be able to wrap up most other things up. Because it's really just a lot of, like, add more weapons. Add some more ranged weapons. Add more armor. It's just like, it's a bunch of little things. Actually, what we can do is traveling the world. What I'll probably do expanding-wise is I have to put an entire ocean traveling system in, which has its own issues. Oh lord. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. This is fine. Everything is fine. Alright. Thank you all. Godspeed, good luck. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you on the flip side. Also, if things do go